Which is the best nailer, Bubsky? The DeWalt or the Milwaukee? Well, listen, lads. Daddy found a third contender. Let's compare them for shingling, Bubsky. The Metabo has two modes. It has a bump fire mode and a single fire mode. So with the bump fire, you can hold the trigger. Every time you bump it, it's gonna fire a nail. When you're siding, you can't exactly bump fire that thing like Billy's Tommy gun, can you, pal? That's when you switch her to single file mode. You line her up, pop. The Milwaukee similar, it has two modes. It has single fire mode, that'll be for your siding application. But then it has what they call rapid fire mode, which is a bump style firing. The DeWalt has both features without switching modes. So you can press it, pull the trigger, it'll fire, or you can hold the trigger, fire it along. You know what? I think the DeWalt feels the lightest, but it's the most out of balance. It's super top heavy, so it's always wanting to fall down. The Metabo feels probably about the middle of the two as far as weight. The balance is good. You can see it's fairly balanced to the center there, which makes it nice for nailing. The Milwaukee, it does feel a little heavier to me, but it is balanced well in the center as well. As far as size, out of the three, Milwaukee and DeWalt are pretty even. Metabo's quite a bit bigger. They're all fairly even. Metabo, Milwaukee maybe the longest as far as that goes. The Metabo, it does have the longer sleeve here, which does feed the coils nicer, but it is a two-piece system. But it clips together fairly well. There's a large tab holding that. And the DeWalt, where it has the shorter run and a two-piece system, but the tab for the steel barely covers, and that can actually pop out of there. The Milwaukee, it's got the long sleeve with the one-piece opener, and I find that this gun actually loads the smoothest. As far as feeding the nails, haven't had any issues feeding on these yet. These are newer though. This one jams up all the time. They do have this lever here, which relieves the jam, lets the plunger fall back in. You're gonna nail down shingles with the Metabo. It bump fires well, but you gotta stay at a pretty slow pace to get a consistent nail. You start trying to go too fast, it's not sinking them all the way, lads. Boom. Still not even sinking her, pal. I would say that was moving pretty slow to have the nails not sunken. The college try, we'll take her a little slower. You can see it performs fairly well if you keep it at a slower speed. For siding, that speed is not an issue because you're going to be using single fire. Probably be moving slightly slower than that anyways. Now the DeWalt, I've been using this thing for a couple years. I find that it works pretty good, but it's the same way. You need to stay moving pretty slow. So for applications like siding, steel tile roofing, Euro shield, where you're moving slightly slower, it keeps up just fine. Shingling a roof, I always found it's too slow, couldn't keep up. So let's lay down the shingle. I'm gonna run it at the speed I find it works the best. Not too bad. Nails are sunk. Carrying on. The Milwaukee rapid fire mode. I got the depth set all the way down on all of these, so that's consistent. Let's give it a college try, pal. Boom. Them nails, baby. Super consistent. Oh, yeah. She runs pretty good through the shingle. There you have it, boys. As far as laying asphalt shingles, I gotta say the Milwaukee's the top dog, buddy. We gotta do other contests with these though, boys. This ain't the only aspect of roofing we're gonna use these in. Okay, lads? Here you go.